Jackson Radio Show.
David Brooks has written a lot of good stuff lately.
He has.
And what he talked about
New York Times,
how there's this invisible moral fabric that holds up this society. And you can either sew it together or shred it. These guys are shredding it in order to make room for them to be able to abuse power. And it's so beneath. Well, I shouldn't.
David Brooks writes a lot about character, too. And
welcome back, everybody. That was Joe Crazy Biden, and he's trying to say that there's this invisible fabric that holds us all together in America. An invisible fabric. It's not invisible. The thing that holds us together is the Constitution and our willingness to proclaim it as the law of the land. That's what holds us together. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. It's funny to listen to these guys try to rationalize what they see, having come from what they've been a part of. See, Joe Biden wants you to believe that Barack Obama and he had an amazingly wonderful administration, that the era of Obama was scandal-free. He goes on to say that. But what was interesting about that clip was he goes, I shouldn't say that. And then he gets interrupted by the black chick on ABC or CBS or whatever it is, because they see that Joe needs bailing out. Joe's trying to convince you Americans that something is going on with the Trump administration, who's broken down the invisible fabric, who's broken down the Constitution, but they upheld it. They held themselves to a high standard in the Obama administration. And as I said, he goes on to say what Obama says. We had no scandals. This IRS thing that's now been admitted to, that yes, indeed, Lois Lerner indeed targeted conservative groups. Oh, well, that wasn't a scandal. And do you really need a list of the things that these guys don't admit to? Benghazi telling us that it was done by a video on 9/11. Oh, there's a California guy making a video. Look, it's terrible what he did. That's awful. That's what created the scandal. And I could go on. How many of these things do you think are scandal free? You know what, Joe Biden? I mean, I don't even know why this guy would be going out on the circuit talking about a scandalous administration, other than he's been put out there to say, Joe, see if you can convince people that we're good. Come on. But I was talking earlier about Mueller's request to meet with President Trump's legal team. And what the pundits are saying is their goal is to help Donald Trump emerge from this cloud of this ongoing investigation. The ongoing cloud. Let me explain something to you. If you believe for 1 second that Donald Trump is afraid of what's going to come out of this investigation, you need to have your head examined. Donald Trump is loving this. He sees it as, I've been telling people, he's unfazed. Think of back when Donald Trump did the debates, and he come out of the debates and you go, oh, he lost. And suddenly it comes out and they're like, no, he gained 3 points or he gained 5%. And you're going, this just can't possibly be true. Well, it is. That's the thought process that the left has. They think that Donald Trump's losing the debate. They see it as, how could he possibly be winning? We've got the media. We've got it all. And what's funny, here's when you know that the left knows they're in big trouble. When they're telling you the media is the reason that Donald Trump is not, that they're on his side. Adam Schiff will play this clip later. Adam Schiff actually says that the FBI was in favor of Hillary Clinton. Others have gone on to talk, and maybe it was Schiff as well, but there are other people. They're gone on to say, the media's in, look at what they're doing to help Donald Trump. Every time you turn around, they're looking at his tweets, they're doing this. They can't stand that Donald Trump is a media generation machine. Doesn't matter that 90% of the coverage of Trump by the mainstream media or the fake news media is negative. If it's 10% positive, they're going, look at this, there's 10% positive news coming out of here for Donald Trump. So they want you to believe that Trump wants the investigation over. Trump is saying, no, continue the investigation. If you want to end this one, segue right into the one on Hillary. But here's what should happen. They shouldn't get Rod Rosenstein to appoint a special counsel. They certainly shouldn't let Mueller continue because he's got baggage in this whole thing. They need a truly independent special counsel. And quite frankly, I want one that's a pro-Trumper. I want somebody that is looking at this stuff. And I know this doesn't look good for the media, but I don't care. I want a pro-Trumper to go look in and say, no, we're just giving you all the records. No redactions, no nothing. We're giving you text. Here you go, Julian Assange of WikiLeaks. Check it all out. Here you go, Fox News. Check it all out. And let our media dominate the landscape for a bit and see how the left handles it. Who wouldn't pay $39.95 to see this on pay-per-view? This meeting between Trump's lawyers and Mueller. And let me tell you, if Donald Trump, if there was money to be made in it, he'd do it. He'd set it up. Right now, he's prevented from earning any money, but that's okay. But here's a couple things you need to know about the meeting. Confidence of Trump is at an all-time high. He's an innocent man, and he's now grabbed the left by their vajayjays. Second, Mueller's not going to be able to leak anything because he knows Trump's team's going to be prepared to counter. Wouldn't surprise me if Sekulow and Dow, Trump's attorneys, say, we're recording this. FYI, this meeting will be recorded. And third, Mueller has no bargaining position. It's funny to hear the left go, well, he's going to go in there and he's going to tear Trump a new one. He's going to do that. I'm like, what kind of dope do y'all smoke over there? He's got no bargaining position. The FBI is, come on. Really? I talked about this earlier, and I'll talk about it again. Trump hasn't interfered in any way in any investigation, not with Manafort. Is there some vast conspiracy by Trump to cover up for Manafort or Papadopoulos or Flynn or anybody else? The answer is no. Now, he did throw the idea that he might, if Flynn's convicted, he would pardon him because he got railroaded. Looking at everything that happened to Flynn, this was a setup, pure and simple. But here's what I want you to focus on. Look at the cover-up by the Clintons, and perhaps worse, the cover-up that we'll find out that happened in the Obama administration. Peter Strzok, the minion doing all the dirty work on behalf of the FBI, and specifically James Comey. And I talk about Comey's torturous explanation of why he couldn't indict Hillary Clinton. And what do we find out? They changed the language in all kinds of ways, not just in that one area. All kinds of ways they were talking about this. The draft document that Comey gave on Hillary Clinton had numerous edits before the public announcement, and it was watered down considerably. And the people know this. Reasonably likely, that hostile characters gained access. It wasn't reasonably likely. They put it to merely possible, and on and on. Scandalous people, folks, and that's why Mueller's in deep kimchi, and he knows it. Going to be a fun week. Trust me.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.